of life, as well as growing our community's prosperity. While the port was responsible for the bulk of the funding for this project, it could not have happened without the leadership of a lot of other players and a lot of other agencies. And so we would like to thank the agencies and people that came together to help us fund this project. First of all, we have Wells Fargo, who participated in this, the Commercial Clearinghouse, California Air Resources Board, Caltrans, Ventura County Air Quality Pollution District, the South Coast Air Quality Pollution District, and then in phase 2 we have the United States Environmental Protection Agency and also Ventura County Transportation Commission. So thank you for coming together to help us fund this project. We really had to come up with some creative financing because frankly we didn't have the bulk of the money in our resources to do that. So I'd like to really commend our staff for bringing a new and creative idea to bring money to our port here. And our special counsel is here with us today who helped us package this all together to make it really happen. And we really appreciate Ruben Duran and Albert Lemos for being here today. Thank you so much. So at this point I'm going to turn it back to Kristen again. Thank you so much. After our ceremony here, we're going to go over and actually see it plug in. So that's going to be very exciting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam President. And in light of what she said, we'd like to bring up the finance team that's worked so hard in putting this project together for a quick photo opportunity. So Andrew, if you could come up and help me name all the folks so I don't miss anybody. But Mike Villegas coming on up with the Air Quality Control District for Ventura County, brought a $250,000 grant to the table. I think we have people here from South Coast. We have Fred and Miss Anne. Come on up. If I didn't put your name there, but South Coast, a big instrumental player in this. Do we have anyone from Caltrans or ARB here with us to celebrate the Proposition 1 funds that came to the table? Okay, we got a $4.5 million grant from Caltrans to help support this project. And then I'll let Andrews bring in the finance team that brought over $2.1 million to the table in terms of the grants. So our partners in Wells Fargo Commercial Clearinghouse and then the consultants that work so hard.
Thank you. From below we have Liliana Bunch. From Wildan Financial Services, Jose Almatillo. From Burke Law Offices, Ruben Duran. From Clearinghouse, this is Chief Investment Officer Jay Harrison. And we do have some more Clearinghouse folks with us today that we'd like to acknowledge from their board. This actual structure was really intense, and it took a lot of players, and they did a fantastic job helping the board.
If I could also call up Congresswoman Julie Brownlee. We got a $500,000 DERA grant, and her leadership was very instrumental to scoring those funds that will help play out in phase 2. And I think we have Peter DeHaan with us from the Ventura County Transportation. Please step right up, Peter, bringing a $1.7 million grant for phase 2. So here it is, people. Everybody, a nice round of applause. Out there? Chris, step right up. Come on, get up here. The man in the hard hat. John Demers, step right up. These people have worked hard. Staff, big part of the team. Accolades to everybody that's really helped us, and we're so grateful for the support. Thank you for coming out today. I'd now like to call up Congresswoman Julie Brownlee to make some remarks. She has been a tremendous leader for the port on all fronts. We are so fortunate to have forward to your remarks. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate that very much. And prosperity, that's what I speak. Today is a very important occasion for the County of Ventura. I think this event really recognizes extraordinary leadership, ingenuity, collaboration, creativity, partnership, determination, commitment, tenacity, and truly a great, great sense of community pride. And my purpose for being here today is to celebrate with you and to say thank you. Thank you to the Harbor Commissioners President, Mary Ann Rooney, and Vice President Jess Herrera, and to all of the commissioners and Christian Dimas for your outstanding dedication and leadership. For Supervisor Kathy Wong, who continues to look after this part of the county with great acumen and attention and appreciation. To Tony Vellante, former member of Port Hueneme, who has been a steadfast steward of this wonderful city by the sea, Port Hueneme, and to our community partners who are always willing to bolster the next community effort for the good of all of us who are lucky enough to live every day in such a wonderful, wonderful community. This project is truly a result of community partnership and collaboration that has given us yet another critical advancement and milestone for the Port of Hueneme, which is so vital to our region economically, as well as an important landmark and hallmark of our county. And for all of us, the port represents a huge sense of pride. The port now represents something even more. It is now a steward of our quality of life and the health of all of us who live around and near the port, and for all of those who work hard every single day loading and unloading cargo so that Ventura County can continue to prosper. Today I am pleased to join the Port of Hueneme in celebrating Earth Week by promoting the Shore Power Infrastructure Project, which will significantly, as Mary Ann said, will significantly reduce annual greenhouse emissions. It is anticipated that over the lifetime of the project that there will be a 55% reduction in greenhouse gases, which is something truly to celebrate, especially when we commemorate Earth Week, because there are very few single projects in our country, not to say in our county, but in our country, that will reduce greenhouse gases by 55%. This is a very significant air quality improvement. I was happy to do my part with the development of this project by advocating to the EPA and sending a letter of strong support for the port's grant application for Phase 2 of this project, which was just approved this month. The announcement of $500,000 in federal funds for Phase 2 of this project was a big win for the port and for the entire county. So together, we are working to further the expansion of this project for the future of our environment, for our economy, and for the overall health of our community. Thank you again to all of you who made all of this happen, and I have a small token of recognition and gratitude from the United States Congress to the Port of Hueneme, and a certificate of special congressional recognition, and I will pass this on to Mary. Thank you, Congresswoman, for those great remarks. I would be remiss if I didn't pull the other piece of this big picture into this, which is the vessel side. Our customers have had to put millions of dollars into retrofitting their ships, and I'd like to call them on up here. If we could have Chiquita come up, they're the ones that have got to plug these ships in. Come on up, Doug Craft. Kevin Burke, Force America, he's got to get the ILWU working this thing. Come on up. And do we have anyone here from Del Monte? They too are going to be regulated. But just want to acknowledge the investment that the private sector has had to make to really piece this whole thing together. And commissioners, I think this would be a nice photo opportunity to come on up. These are the people that put the people to work. You hear all those busy trucks back there. Thank you for your partnership and everything you do for Port of Hueneme. Okay, so I believe we have some remarks from people that are representing our state delegation. If I could call up Carla Castilla and Amanda, representing Annabeth Jackson, and Amanda Brogy, who is representing Jeff Gorell's office. If you two would come up, I believe you have some remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to everyone here on this great day celebrating Earth Week. On behalf of Senator Jackson, I'd like to present a Senate Certificate of Recognition to the Port of Hueneme Oxnard Harbor District in honor of your dedication and commitment to the reduction of air emissions at the Port of Hueneme alongside the Board of Harbor Commissioners, the staff, and the entire crew, and upon celebrating the implementation and completion of the Port of Hueneme's grid-based shore power system. On behalf of Hannah-Beth Jackson, congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here today on behalf of Assemblyman Gorell to celebrate the completion of this wonderful, important project. And I just want to congratulate everybody who played a role in bringing this project to fruition. It's a win for the port and its customers, and it's a win for the members of this community. So we're so grateful for everything that the port does, and I just want to again congratulate everybody on this great milestone today. Thank you.
It's like a wedding. You gotta take pictures. Okay, another real champion for the Port of Hueneme is Supervisor Kathy Long. She's done such tremendous things to move this port. We call for a letter of support. It's the first one in the box. So thank you for everything you do for us. And without further ado, Supervisor Long.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a great day. Good afternoon to all, and thank you to the leadership, the great leadership of this port, with our president, Marianne and Jess, and the rest of the team who sits on the port commission, and also to all of those who were just up here with the photo op, those who are both doing the work here, providing the products here, making this such a strong economic engine for Ventura County and for the greater region. This really is a David and Goliath project. This is a deep water port that we know and love. We know it's an economic engine, but in the nationwide scheme of things, it's not one of the big boys of the buck. So to be a David and Goliath project, they said, well, we want this and we're going after it. And they did. They called on many of us in the community and the leadership of Congresswoman Brownlee to say we need some funds and we're willing to do this, and our vendors are willing to work with us to do this. They did it. They got it accomplished. They won the battle. And good for us, good for our region, good for the board. Thank you. Pleasure to provide this on behalf of all 5 board members, acknowledging this great day. congratulating the Harbor and the Harbor Commissioners and thanking them all, and on behalf of all the board members, thank you.
At this time, like to call up Bill Gallagher, representing John Zaragoza. I think he has a few remarks. Again, Supervisor Zaragoza has been a true champion, also supported with.
Thank you. On behalf of Supervisor Zaragoza, he just wanted to make sure that we were here. Congratulate you for the great work you've done, considering the environment. Kathy said it all really as far as for the board goes, so I just appreciate being here. I've enjoyed sitting here and watching all the action that goes on here. It's really a very busy port, and we're lucky to have it. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to this time call up Fred Manassian. If I butchered your name, forgive me, Fred. But Fred is with the South Coast Quality Management District, and this gentleman has been working with us for close to 2 years now, putting the pieces of the puzzle together, administrating all the grants, doing the hard legwork to make sure we're meeting all the milestones, keeping us real, and helping us get the grant money in place. So thank you for everything you've done and your staff for your hard work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Fred Manassian, Director of Technology Implementation from the South Coast Air Quality Management District. And we participated in this project to support our sister agencies, Ventura County, APCD, and California Air Resources Board. We were very impressed that this project was completed on time, efficiently. A project of this size, we provided state Proposition 1B funds in the amount of $4.5 million. The dollar amount is not large. But when you compare this with all other incentive funding projects that we have done throughout the years, this is one of the most cost-effective projects, which means the amount of pollution you reduce compared to the dollar amount that you spend. On average, compared to one of the largest incentive funding programs in the state, which is Carboyer program, this project is about 6 times more cost-effective. So I congratulate Port of Hueneme, and it was a pleasure for us to be involved in this project. Thank you.
One of the unique things in getting the funding together is that originally the ARB guidelines made us have to come up with all the money up front and then get reimbursed. And this was a huge purse string to pull, and we just couldn't move forward fronting all the money. So the leadership of Fran Pavley was so instrumental in working with our governor so that we could make progress payments and get reimbursed as we move along. And I understand that Marie Lanklin's here today representing Fran Pavley. She'd like to come up and say a few remarks, but really, we couldn't have done it without her help.
She really would have liked to have been here today. I mean, this is totally what she's all about, and working for somebody who is the author of the state's global warming initiative, it's just been a real honor. And this project is just, we're very proud of you folks. Not only is this board thriving, and you're doing a great job, Kristen, and your board, but this project is just, I mean, anything that will save 55% greenhouse gases is just amazing. So on behalf of the senator, who can't be here today, I have a Chinese senior.
So one other unique angle into securing funding for this project was our new market tax credit deal. So we had to meet certain criteria. One was census data, which we met on its merits, but the other interesting thing is we had to be a food desert. And actually, thinking about it, you know, we bring 650,000 tons of bananas through this port on an annual basis. And if you lined up all those bananas, it's enough to go around the globe 12 and a half times. Very impressive. And our customers and their generosity are bringing some of these bananas to Food Share. And that made us eligible to meet this criteria as a food desert. So today with us, we have the CEO of Food Share, Bonnie Wygant, and I'd like to invite her up just to make a couple of remarks. And the funding, it's so cool, has been able not only to finance the Shoreside Power Project, but we've been able to buy a truck so that Food Share can best service the food desert. So, Bonnie, say a couple of words.
Hi, everybody. So I will not take very long, but first let me begin with a sincere and most heartfelt thank you. So all of you today standing here, I think understand and know the port's significance to the community as a whole. But what you may not know is every single day, this port, these wonderful vendors here, and the leadership helps us ensure that 75,000 people do not go hungry. And let me just give you an example of that. We had a phone call a couple months ago from Del Monte, and they have been our partner for well over 25 years, just so that you know. They said, hey, we have more than normal. It's not a truckload. It's 35 truckloads of bananas. What do you think? So we picked up the phone. We have a beautiful system called Farm to Family that moves through our California food bank system, and every single food bank in the state of California absolutely loves the port, and Del Monte and Chiquita and all of our vendors and our leadership here. So I promised them, I saw them last week in St. Louis, that I would extend a huge thank you to you for making that possible. So not only are you feeding the hungry here at home, you have an impact on the rest of the state. And the impact gets to grow. And so I have spoken, and I just spoke about this last week. Where's Jose? I was saying, Jose comes with me now, and the rest of the family, and Ruben, and of course Andrew. This magical phone call that we got, literally, and said, hey, what would be the best thing that we could do to really help with the food deserts in Ventura County? And I said, well, we have this vision. We've had a dream. It's been on the whiteboard for 3 years. It will cost a few $100,000. So we told them the story, and they said, let us get back to you. And boy, did they, and boy, did all of you. And so because of you, we will have the ability to go out, deliver fresh produce and shelf-stable food, along with a fully catered commercial kitchen that will prepare hot meals and teach nutrition education. And so when we're serving something like bok choy, some of our families in these areas don't know what to do with bok choy, but guess what? They will now. They'll know, oh, we use it like cabbage. And we're going to have banana recipes like you would not believe, by the way. The port will be there with us. I think the first crew is standing over there. They're going to come out, they're going to cook, and they're going to serve. And really what it is when we hand someone a bag of food, it's the whole community behind Food Share saying, you are not invisible. We know you're vulnerable. You're going to get through this, and we're here for you. This is like no other mobile community center, mobile pantry in the country, and we are so privileged to do this alongside you. And so when we kick it off, we're going to ask you to all come back out and help us distribute that food. Thank you so much on behalf of Food Share and all of our hungry that we serve. Thank you so much.
Okay, and did our finance team want to say any words from the Commercial Clearinghouse or Wells Fargo? Come on up here. These are the guys that are buying the truck, so thank you.
I'm Jay Harrison with Clearinghouse CDFI. That truck is just wonderful. You know, as we're going through the deal, it became my goal to maybe get to drive that truck. It just sounds like so much fun, and what a great piece of the puzzle that really is. We brought the New Markets Tax Credit allocation to the transaction, which it was described earlier that this was really a David and Goliath type of project, and that's what New Markets Tax Credits do. We're always on David's side, and so to the extent that a project, you know, is bringing benefits to low-income communities, we want to bring that federal subsidy